Let's get this stream thing on the road. You get new glasses, I think. Testing 1, 2, 3. Do we have audio? This should be coming online soon. Anyway, hello, what's up? This is What's Up Dave. This is my daily stream where I catch up with my friends on the internet. I'm just confirming audio. And it's Friday, December 22nd, I believe. Yep. And it's the weekend before Christmas. I'm fighting off some sort of bronchial cold. Hopefully it's not pneumonia or something like that. I did get a pneumonia vaccine this year for the first time ever, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Hopefully this does not turn into pneumonia, because that would be very, very, very bad. So what's going on today? Let me see. Let me switch to the chat view and see what notes I'd written. I didn't write any notes, so one of the things was, yes, let's catch up on yesterday. Let me make a few notes here. Recording What's Up Dave for December 22nd. And that should pop up in the pop window. And then next, some topics, small bits of ETP progress. Not very much. I saw The Last Jedi. So let's have some spoiler-free impressions. And then the plan for the rest of the day, which will be to do some puttering around and cleaning. So my sister's not going to be here until Saturday, it turns out, so that gives me today to just kind of clean stuff up. So let's see, what's the first thing to talk about? Cat is over here. We'll see. ETP progress. So as I was doing yesterday, I was making updates to the ETP Almanac, which is a 365-day downloadable journal version of it. And it's just a giant PDF file that has, you can do form entry on it. And a few people seem to like it. I don't really promote it as much maybe as I should, but it's, I don't know, maybe in 2018 I want to try to get my act together as far as having a real business. I see lots of other people making journals and downloadable stuff, and it seems to do them pretty well. But I just never talk about my stuff anymore, since I don't blog very frequently, and I seem to have lost touch with, I guess I've lost touch with the desire to kind of create some sort of blog. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's that lack of connection. But as I discussed a few days ago, daring to choose to make connections is the way out of, I think, this conundrum I'm in with feeling crappy all the time. Connection is important, and instead of waiting for it to happen to me, daring to choose it is a middle finger to the fates that says the universe is an uncaring, impersonal place. So by choosing to make these connections, I think that is the way through that morass. Anyway, I just want to pull up, let's see, let me see if I can find where I last left off. I think that was in InDesign. So there's this convoluted process that is involved with making the updates, and I've been updating my documentation for it. So I have, what am I looking for? Personal, all products, and we were working on ETP variants, digital versions, and 365-day almanac. Yeah, so these files. This was the black and white one I was working on yesterday. And it consists of a master file. There's pages. This is the master file, which has a few placed fields in it. You can see this. Zoom. Yeah, so like over here, you can see that this outline, this is a master field, and this master field is referred to on this first page as a named field, and then there's these other fields that are created relative to it. So you can see, like on some of these things, so if I go to day 33, for example, there's some additional text here. Oops. that says Groundhog Day resolutions, and that's inserted there from this XML file here on the left. So I need to do 3 more of these, and that will be done with that, and then I had to make the blog posts, and I had to put those online, which I'll probably do over the weekend, just to make sure that they're ready and in the stores. I don't know why, it's kind of an involved process. In the past, I've always tried to do everything on one day, and this year I'm splitting it across like several days, just to make it less of a onerous and daunting task. So that seems to be working out pretty well, though. 50% battery charge reached. That's good. What is my battery? My air battery, 247 cycles at 91% original capacity. Sad, sad, sad. I forget if I have a new battery in this or not. I don't think I... No, I do have a new battery in this. Its battery's about a year old now. Alright, so what's the next thing that's on the list of things to talk about? Ah, The Last Jedi. The latest Star Wars movie. So I saw it with my friends Sid and Sarah last night. That cut down the workday to be pretty short. And my spoiler-free impressions are that it's kind of a middle of the series set piece. Whereas the first movie was, for me, much really a movie about establishing characters, which is something that I find that J.J. Abrams, the director's work, tends to have in it. He seems to focus on those personal moments, those character moments. And I really liked The Force Awakens because of that. We unexpectedly got a whole bunch of appealing new characters. I wasn't really expecting that to work. But we have Rey, we have Poe, we have Finn. I am missing someone. I think that's the main 3. And then we had like the old guard. Leia, Han, Chewie, and a little bit of Luke. And so you see a lot more Luke in this one, of course. But my impression is that this movie here, it has a lot of pleasing Star Wars visuals. Tactically, the Star Wars movies have never been about great battle tactics. And this movie is no different than that. This movie does not have quite as many delightful character moments. In a sense, there's a bunch of stuff that happens. I didn't react very personally to it. I'm reacting more intellectually to it. I can see what they're setting up. It seemed to me kind of a mess, but that's because I was expecting much more solid connections through the storytelling, rather than having to analyze the movie after the fact while I'm not watching it to put some kind of sense into it. If you're watching it as a popcorn movie, it's just fine. If that's like how you like your Star Wars, as like popcorn movies, that's fine. But I think the thing that I liked about The Force Awakens compared to even the original sequel, original trilogy, was that these were the strongest portrayals of characters I'd ever seen in a Star Wars movie. Arguably, the first Star Wars movie, sets the characters of Han, Chewie, Luke, Leia, and stuff like that. But I thought that The Force Awakens did a great job with the amount of time is spent with each individual character. Now, the second movie has a lot more weight to carry. It has to not only carry on the storylines that were in the beginning one, but it has to establish like the plot of what's going on. So in the first movie, we know that the First Order has arisen. I hadn't had a sense that the First Order actually was an actual threat. I thought it was a small, little, corner of the former Empire that was like playing dress up in Imperial cast-offs. But I guess it's an actual force. It's actually like equivalent to the old Empire in terms of its scope and its ambition. So that took a little bit of adjustment for me. And then, this whole idea that, like, at the end of the first movie, you see, like, these 5 core worlds of the Republic getting blown up by that giant thing. And I didn't know really what ramifications that had on the follow-up movie. So it's, in a way, it's like the second trilogy, when you have all this galactic trade war stuff going on, people are going, what? It's kind of similar to this too. I mean, these are not. This was not a movie that had moments of leadership in it, I thought, or even moments of character. But it was really more of setting up moments of Star Warsiness in terms of scenes, in terms of visuals, in terms of delivering, you know, vistas, I suppose, and then setting the seeds for, I guess, the final movie, which presumably all these things will be wrapped up. Yeah. You know, some of the themes like are becoming apparent to me now, but I don't know if they were particularly skillfully done, or at least they were not done in a way that I really felt. It felt like it was constructed out of pieces, and it didn't seem to have a strong heart to it. But it's like the Big Mac of Star Wars movies. It delivers exactly what you were expecting. You know, I was kind of hopeful that we would have more characters, you know, more enjoyable character moments as we had in the first movie. And, you know, there was that expectation that, okay, The Empire Strikes Back, which was the second movie in the original trilogy, was actually, you know, it's probably the best one of them, all the movies, like in terms of storytelling and in terms of progression. And then Jedi was kind of like this kind of mess of stuff. This movie felt kind of like the way Jedi felt to me. And there were plenty of fun things to see, but there were... It was a little bit loony, I think. It was a little bit of a recap of stuff before. Yeah, so I don't know. Like my feelings toward the Last Jedi are not particularly warm. But I may have to see it again and see if a second viewing fixes that for me. I may have been expecting too much from it. But now that I know what to expect, maybe it won't be quite as disappointing. I kind of felt that way about watching the worst Indiana Jones movie, which is currently Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, I think it was called. That very last one, in which like old Indiana Jones is running around and doing stuff. You know, it had sort of a similar vibe to, I guess, watching old Roger Moore be 007. You know, I think he's clearly too old to do this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. So me and my friend Sitters are talking about the Last Jedi movie, and neither of us seem very happy about it. But apparently, a lot of people love it. It's had a very high audience score. People seem to like it. The viewing that I went to, there was no cheering, and there was no. People were just kind of glum about it. Although, like, you see all these excellent ratings from places, there is something of a backlash from it to it. Some old school nerds, and then apparently the men's rights activists are all angry about it because it has women in it doing things. So, on that regard, like, you know, it was kind of nice to see that. But I got the impression that there were moments where it was really more Star Wars glitziness that was coming to the forefront rather than the plot and the story. You know, but I don't know. Not my favorite movie. Anyway, that was my Star Wars impressions. Hopefully I didn't give anything away. I don't think I did. So for the rest of today, I'm going to do some puttering. I'm going to finish up the ETP stuff first. And then what I'll do is I'm going to start just cleaning up the house for the holiday weekend. I want to move some speakers from downstairs upstairs to see if they sound better with this TV. Do a little bit of light cleaning around the house. Clean up the kitchen, get that shaped, get that squared away, because there is, we want to do a lot of cooking this weekend. I am getting beepings from people. That means I probably should see what they want. Maybe there's some starting up stuff for this new project that's happening. But anyway, that's today's What's Up Dave. Not a lot going on, not a lot for show and tell. Still missing a package from yesterday. I had ordered new toner for my printer. I have a HP LaserJet M252DW, which is uses color toner. The toner costs more than I paid for the printer, but this is high yield toner packs, and they should last me for at least 5 years, I'm thinking, given the amount I print. I just only ran out of the starter pack, which is a 25% capacity pack that they sell with the printer, and I bought the printer over a year ago. So I'm thinking like this pack, which should have like 6 times the amount of toner in it, will last me at least 5 years, because I don't print all that often. But it's nice to have color printing capability, even though the color printing isn't that great looking. You would never print a photo on this thing. But the ink also doesn't dry out, and like you don't have to throw away a $90 cartridge of ink just to start printing again, which is what my last printer was about. It was junk. I paid like pretty good money for it too, but it was very disappointing. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm going to tune in a little bit later with starting the 15-minute push on my ETP project updates, and then after that I will do a Happy Bubble Time stream and spend like an hour just randomly cleaning up stuff. If that helps put people in the holiday cleaning mood, that might be my contribution like to the holiday season. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on probably won't be till Tuesday or Wednesday next week, because my sister will be here on Monday and Tuesday. Monday is Christmas Day. I'm pretty sure they're here on Tuesday. So Wednesday is likely when I'll be back in business. So, happy holidays, and Merry Christmas, and Happy Hanukkah, and have a nice Kwanzaa. It's not Chinese New Year time yet, but I guess I'm going to go. See ya. Boink. 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Happy holidays, yo.